Hey there, my name's Castillo. Here's my video for the Exam 1 discussion. I'll just be going through this practice scheduling sheet. So first off, we have our first in, first out. We're getting the average turnaround time of these processes. So this is the simplest one. You just put them in order, uh, run a timeline through it, get the completion times of each process, subtract it from the arrival time, average the differences, you get 8.4 average turnaround time. For shortest job first, non-preemptive, each time a process ends, we consider among the arrived processes which one has the shortest CPU time. So time 0, P1 is the only one that has arrived, and it runs through to completion through 5. By the time P1 ends, all of the other processes have arrived, so we just go in order of CPU time. So the next one would be P3 with a time of 2, which is tied with 5, but P3 is first, so it goes first. That goes 5 to 7. Then P5 is also 2, that goes after P3. P4 with a CPU time of 3 goes next, and finally P2 with a CPU time of 4 goes next. We get these completion times, subtract the arrival times, average the differences, we get 7.2 average turnaround time. For SRT, or preemptive shortest job first, it's preemptive in that we have to pay attention to the arrival times of each of the processes and consider among the processes that have arrived or those that have run before but have CPU time remaining, which is the shortest, and run that one until the next arrival. So here I have kind of a dual axis CPU on top, time on bottom. So at time 0, the only process that has arrived is P1, so we go from 0 to 1. At time 1, P2 has arrived with the CPU time of 4, which is tied with P1's CPU time of 4. P1 is first, so that breaks the tie. We go from 1 to 2. Nothing has arrived except P1 and P2, and now P1 is 3, which is less than 4, so it continues. Time 2 to 3. Now P1 is 2, and P3, which is also 2, arrives, but P1 happens before P3, so it continues 3 to 4. P1 is 4, which is less than all the other CPU times, so we go right on through, and P1 finishes completion at time 5, at which point we have 4, 2, 3, 2 to choose from, and the lowest is 2, with P3 being first. So P3 executes 2 and then 1, and then it finishes execution. Then we have 4, 3, 2 to choose from. P5 is the lowest with 2 CPU times, so it goes from 7 to 9. And among 4 and 3, 3 is the shortest of belonging to P4, so that goes from 9 to 12. And then finally, P2 of 4 is the only process remaining, goes to 16. Get the completion times, subtract the arrival times, average the differences, we get 7.2, which happens to be the same as the non-preemptive version. Finally, with round robin, with a quantum of 4, we again have to pay attention to the arrival times and the quantums. If a process is longer than 4 time units, then it gets put into the queue after all of the arrived processes at that point. Okay, so at time 0, the only process that has arrived is P1. So we start with P1, and that runs until 4. P1 has a CPU time of 5, so it's preempted at 4 by P2, which is the next one up. And now at time 4, all the processes up to P4 have arrived, right? So P2, P3, and P4 have arrived. So P1 gets placed behind P4 because it's time 4. It gets placed after process P4. So we continue with P2 here at time 4, runs for 4, which is the quantum. That runs through to completion. Next is P3 with a CPU time of 2, which is shorter than a quantum. So that runs through to completion. Next is P4 which is CPU time of 3, which is less than a quantum. That runs through to completion to time 13, at which point P1 re-enters, has 1 remaining CPU time, completes that. Now P1's done, and finally P5 is the last one available with a CPU time of 2, goes to 16. We get these completion times, subtract the arrival times, average the differences, and we get an average turnaround time of 9.6. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.